we're gonna talk about grandma situation. Connected on mom's side of family, for sure.
Sure.
There's this reference of this woman who's acknowledging that she would have, at a time when it came to raising children, stepped in and actually took a role of like, more than just grandma in the way this is coming through. And it's like taking on a role that I didn't like normally have to take, but then I took it and I did it voluntarily and it just keeps coming in.
My grandma supported us.
It's a situation where basically a father figure wasn't able to be fully present, fully emotionally like there, where I pass away and I don't feel like I've gotten to say everything that I needed to say, but to mom very specifically. And it's like almost, I don't want to say a shame around this, but it was a feeling of like, oh my God, I didn't get this chance.
Right.
And it's like,
Oh my God.
I mean, my grandpa on my mom's side, I didn't like know well or have much of a connection with.
yeah, it makes sense because it's oriented like just towards mom. It's like it's not for you, it's just
dare
for mom.
he.
I know, right? But it's there was almost a hesitance in coming through, is the way I would describe it.
Wow, Dad.
But it was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get everything out
Right.
that I want to get out. It would be around Dad's passing.
That's so on.
Is it?
Yeah. My dad had a stroke and he couldn't talk anymore.
You said he couldn't talk.
Do you have any objects for him?
I do not.
Okay.
Did you bring stuff of your dad's too?
On mom's side of family, do you know if anyone served at all? Like in the military, in any capacity, like in an armed forces? They're showing me basically like working as an engineer.
I feel like my answer for everything is not that I know of, because I don't that I don't know.
Totally fine.
Um,
No worries.
Is that him?
It's him. It's this guy.
Saying goodbye. Saying goodbye. It's like because of the timing in which I died, was not able to have full closure with all of my kids. And the way this comes through.
There wasn't much of a relationship there with my dad, and I wasn't there at the end.
With this, they're having me bring up like all of the siblings, mom's side of family, it would be connected to grandpa, and then there's an acknowledgement of wanting to make sure every sibling has like the sense of closure with this circumstance, but it's not even revolving necessarily around a death, it's revolving around like your grandfather's life.
Wow.
He's putting as far as like responsibility, like parenting, he's putting it on grandma and then like not putting it on himself. Was there a time when your mom and father like ended up living geographically like a pretty substantial period of time away? Mm-hmm. Or like a state away by any capacity?
I don't think so.
Well, there is. They're bringing it basically like distance. They're having me talk about your mom's father. They're putting him here, and they're putting mom here.
He left when I was 6 months. And he messed up bad. When we were younger.
The weird thing with this, though, is that there's this feeling of literally being like a different person to different siblings. So this is really confusing to me. It's like just a period of time where we're not speaking, not connecting, and it's like I want to reach out, I want to like try to make amends, and I'm not able to fully do this to the extent. But it looks like there would be an attempt at reaching out on Grandpa's end. So
Did he try to?
He stopped drinking and he became a different person. And then he had a stroke.
I think we should bring your mom out. I think she might be able to validate something, hopefully.
I feel like she'll have answers. So, Mom.
Coming.
Coming. She's coming.
Awesome. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Good.
Come on in.
So I'm so glad that you came today, because literally on the car right here, I was like, I'm gonna have to talk to my client's mother. And so
That's crazy.
it's good that you're here. Was there anything that came through that you were able to validate that
Yes.
he didn't?
Yes.
I don't know anything.
Yes.
No worries. So, yeah.
What you said about my father
Right.
was completely on. So it was really
Wow.
crazy being back there.
Yeah. So wait, where's the great-grandmother connection here?
Well, you talked about my birth, or
Right.
my mom and dad had separated,
Oh, I see.
and he left. He just left. You mentioned my grandmother and the fact that somebody else had to help parent.
Right.
I was told this was my grandma.
Oh, okay.
So I have some photos here that Ty didn't bring out. And when you were talking, I was back there and I was actually showing the pictures. I was like, he's talking about him. He's talking about him. But this is my dad, and you talked about him being in the service.
Right.
And then his relationship with me.
Right.
And you can see that's me looking at my dad. That's how much I wanted that.
Of course.
And so for you to talk about it, it's pretty special.
Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah. No, absolutely.
I so didn't expect it.
And that's sometimes where the most healing happens, you know? So. I'm so glad.
Yeah, I just thought, oh my, and Ty's like, nope.
I'm like, I don't know.
And that's okay. I get it. I don't know much about my family history either, so I'm so glad that that came through. So there's a lot of these references I think are just kind of about taking accountability, and that seems to be a big reference. He's having me acknowledge this feeling of he's showing me my symbol for Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
He did have a lot of personalities, and everybody talked about this man who would drink and be so mean, but I didn't see it because he wasn't with me.
Right.
So I always wanted, can I just live with you? Can I just live with you?
Wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty crazy that you would bring that up.
He made a promise to show up. We're going way back, like way back. It's coming in, and there's an acknowledgement of, I am sorry for us just like waiting and waiting and waiting, and Dad never shows up.
He would say that he was going to come and visit, and I would be outside, and he wouldn't show up. And, I mean, I still thought my dad was wonderful.
Yes.
And then he was an alcoholic, and he became sober. And then I asked if I could live with him, and he said no.
Wow.
So it was always push, push, you know.
Right.
And then he had a stroke, and he could not talk for nothing. And then I got a phone call that you need to come, but I chose not to, and my other siblings did. So everybody was around him as he passed.
So any questions in general for you, or for anything that you might want to know?
From my dad?
Yeah.
Oh, well. Did he want me?
I'm sorry.
Hearing my mom ask if her dad wanted her. I mean, like, that's tough. That's tough to hear. Because I feel like that's something that everyone feels at some level. Like, do you care for me? Do you love me? Do you appreciate me? Do you validate my experience? Like, you just want to feel connection in life, and it almost feels like just like a little girl, like, you know? And it's like, that's like my mom, and so that's like, it's like hard to hear.
He did, but when he comes through, there's such an understanding now from where he's at of how every sibling felt very different. The timing. And for some reason, there's a feeling of being not ready to have a child in some capacity, or to have another like baby in the way this is coming in. It's like the timing of a child and an understanding of that lack of fairness. And there's a feeling of an apology around this, like, I didn't give you a fair shot. I didn't give you a fair chance. And there's this feeling of like, the most frustrating thing, because he's showing like you and then leaning in, and then I don't know if he would just shut you down or what this is, but he's having me acknowledge in hindsight, it's like, she tried to like extend the olive branch. She tried to like work things out, and he just keeps acknowledging shutting this down for some reason from his perspective, and I can't make a change. And it's just like, I see that I was uncooperative. There's just honestly a lot of like, oh wow, I realize now how I would have done things differently.
I feel like my mom is a really strong person and has always been there for me, and it's not a good feeling to know that she didn't have that with her parents. And so I'm grateful that I know every day how she looks at me and how she validates me and how she tells me she loves me, and like how she broke that cycle. And I just am really grateful and lucky.